What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is a quick drop for you. So listen, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little information. So Winter Williams from Love and Marriage DC, she did a live, and on her live, she shared a lot of information about her situation with her ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband, because I think the divorce isn't final quite yet, but the papers have been served. And she said that that's one of the things she actually talked about, is that he is actually holding up the divorce proceedings. Now, some of what she said, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I feel like it was just petty and it was unnecessary, and it's just her at this point going out of her way to destroy this man. Some things, okay, maybe it helped with clarity and understanding what's going on with their situation as it relates to the show. So for those who are not familiar with what I'm talking, and I'll put the link for the full video, because baby, the video is an hour long, maybe even longer. So I listened to the whole hour long video, so you don't have to. But if you choose to, I will put the link in the description box so that you can find the video and you can listen to the whole thing for yourself. Because I ain't gonna say everything, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because some stuff I feel like it's just some things I'm not gonna repeat, because I feel like it's unnecessarily malicious and petty. But she alludes to some things about her husband's character. So let's talk about the show. Now, on last night's episode of Love and Marriage DC, we heard two very different stories about what's going on with Winter and Kevin. Kevin makes it seem like it's all just one big misunderstanding and it'll be cleared up. She makes it seem like he's 2 steps away from going to jail for embezzlement and misappropriation and a whole bunch of other stuff. To sum it all up, what she says is that Kevin had a business that was basically a fraud. It was a scam from the beginning, and he was scamming people. He was going out of his way to scam people. She said he targeted the elderly and people who, she spoke of one of his alleged victims being someone who had just gotten a life insurance policy because her son died, and taking that money. She said that his business partners are actually trying to get their money back because they found out that he was stealing money from the company, and this is all allegedly, but that he was stealing money from the company, and they pulled out of the business, and they're trying to get their money back. Now, I don't know how that works out, because everybody knows that whenever you go into a business, it's always a risk. So I don't know how that works out, but that ain't my business. As far as so that's what she said about the business. Now, she said that he moved out, and she basically really hasn't spoken, that was it. That was the extent of it. Now, let's talk about this marriage, because on last night's episode, it came out that she is a relationship coach. And Ashley was like, girl, who put you in charge of people's relationship? You had a whole, husband that cheated on you, and now you got a husband that was a scammer. Like, girl. So she said that he was living in a basement apartment at his parents' house, but she didn't know about it prior to them getting married. So she cleared some things up. She said, first of all, while they were dating, they were abstinent, and they made it a point to not go to each other's house because they didn't want to be tempted. So this is what I'm going to say about that. I respect people who choose to be abstinent as they are dating, but I also feel like there are certain questions that you need to know the answer to prior to you getting married, especially since you aren't going to live with somebody and you guys aren't going to be intimate. There's certain things you need to know. I understand not wanting to feel tempted by going to his home, but you know what? You could have went to his house with a friend so that you wouldn't necessarily be tempted. You could have went during the middle of the day. I mean, I know people have sex during the day, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like I would need to know how somebody living before I decided to marry him. And it's not even about, what if he got a whole nother wife that he ain't told you about? What if he is nasty and he got creepy crawlies running through his house and his tub look like, the bottom of somebody's shoe? Like, there's some questions that I would need answers to, especially at this point in my life. Like, I'm just too old for the question marks, okay? But she said that he did give her like a visual tour of his apartment, and of course it didn't look like a basement apartment when he gave her the tour. He made it look nice and so forth and so on. And my thing is this: yes, he's a 60-year-old man, but I don't see what the problem is. If it's an apartment, it's not a room, right? If it's a full apartment, so what if it's in the basement of his parents' house? Would it make you feel better if it was in the basement of a stranger's house? Like, if it's the full apartment, it's an apartment. I don't know. Maybe certain things, I guess, I don't know. But again, if you want a man to bring certain things to the table, then you need to make sure he got them to bring to the table, which means you gotta go check his house out. That's how I feel about it. Then she said, hold on, I took some notes because, child, I want to make sure I say everything I wanted to say, child. Okay. She said that she is no longer a relationship expert. She said she has not done that in about 4 or 5 years. She said that she now is a minister and a motivational speaker. But let me say this. I still don't feel like that absolves you from not knowing what that man's house looked like just because you are no longer a relationship expert. Matter of fact, that is all the more reason because as a pastor, are you counseling people before they get married? Are you counseling people through marital problems? Like, that's all the more reason why you should be even that much more attentive, in my opinion. I feel like that's all the more reason why you should be. Maybe it's me. I'm tripping. She said that she did not shave her head because of that man. She said her hair has been shaved for the last 5 years. And if you see, we saw their audition tape last night, or a clip from their audition tape last night on the show where they were talking about how happy and love they were, how they was having sex 8 times a day. And her head was shaved there. So on that one, Winter, yeah, I feel you on that one. I mean, I don't feel you on that, but I feel you on that one. She said that she has receipts for everything she has told production, and that production is fully aware that she can back up everything or defend everything that she has said. That's what she said. She said that her kids do not like him. All that him crying last night about the kids and worried about the kids. She said her kids don't like him. They never liked him. She said it was something off about him from the day he moved into her house. And the kids ain't thought about him since he left. Now, that's what she said. She also went on to say that she was not impressed with his fathering skills. But again, I say, that's a question, that's something you should have checked on before you married him. Like, if this man has kids, why wouldn't you want to know what type of a father he was prior to y'all getting married? She said, well, he's not really all that great of a father, and the son, he only has a son every other weekend, and he hardly ever talks about his daughter. But again, you don't have to live with somebody to see what type of a parent they are. If y'all are dating again with the intention of getting married, even she said they didn't even kiss until they were engaged. Okay, well then maybe y'all didn't do a lot of stuff until y'all were engaged. That's fine. But once y'all were engaged, we need to have family night. We need to have game night. I need to see, again, if it's important to you, you have children. Why wouldn't you want to see how he is around his kids? Why wouldn't you want to bring the kids together and see if y'all could blend and see what kinds, that's me. So I just feel like I hear what you're saying, Miss Winter, but I'm sorry. Everything don't absolve you. I'm just saying. Kevin might be everything you say he is, but some of this stuff I feel like you can't put everything on Kevin. You can't put everything on Kevin. She said he done sold her wedding ring or pawned the wedding ring, child. And she said the one thing she's upset about is she hates the fact that her story was edited the way it was in that first episode, because she said even though her ex-husband, the former Washington football team player, even though he cheated on her and he had them outside churn, she said that he is a good father. They have a great co-parenting relationship. And she said that he doesn't want to film for the show, but she wished that he had agreed to film for the show, because she would love to let people see what positive co-parenting looks like. She said he made a mistake, she said, but we all make mistakes, and, he's a good person now. He's a better person now. He made some bad decisions while they were married, and it was what it was, but he's great with the kids. But then she said, but I actually, now the way I saw how they edited that, I'm actually glad that they didn't, because I would not have wanted him to have to go through people, talking about him and drudging up things. She said that was 14 years ago, and she would hate for that to have to come back up and the kids to have to deal with that or whatever. So that was one thing she did say. She said that a lot of people been in her inbox dropping tidbits about Mr. Kevin. I told you the part that she said he's holding up the divorce. Now the one thing, now this the one now there's a couple of other salacious things, but I'm gonna say this one salacious thing because this thing I didn't understand, and y'all put it in the comments if it makes sense to you, because please clear it up for me. Now on that clip we saw last night, she talked about how she bragged about their sex life and how great it was and how they had sex. Their record was 8 times a day. Well, she said that she found out that that was artificially, provided, meaning that he was taking the little blue pill. And she was upset by it and she felt deceived. Because she said that she felt deceived by the fact that he could not naturally perform, and she felt like that's something he should have told her before they got married, because if she wanted a man that could not perform naturally, then she should have been able to be given that choice and she would have found her one. But I'm like, girl, you was marrying a 60-year-old man. Like, why are you acting like you don't understand certain things come with age? Now, I'm not saying all 60-year-old men don't get in my inbox, okay? And I know that there are probably 30-year-old men taking Viagra because people are impotent for different reasons. I get that, okay? But a 60-year-old having sex 8 times a day, you had to question it. And then she said that she made the man throw the pills away, and after that, their sex life was non-existent. Duh. He was taking the pills for a reason. Why would you make the man get off of medicine that is clearly helping him in an area that he knew he needed help? And for a man, I think that was very a lot, because, a lot of times men, they don't want to accept the fact that they have these issues and they're embarrassed about it and they don't want to get the help. But this man did. And he wanted to please you. And so he went out, he got the pills so that he could please you. And that wasn't good enough. Y'all put that one in the comments for me. How is that deceitful? I don't understand that being a problem. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Again, you didn't even take the time out to go see where this man lived before y'all got married yet. You mad that he didn't tell you about all of his medication that he was on? Girl, bye. That one, girl, bye. The other one she said was that she was shocked to find out that he was actually using makeup to cover up his gray hair. Girl, he's 60. If you met this man, he was 60 and he didn't have no gray hair, what the hell did you think he was doing? Hell, I got gray hair and I ain't nowhere close to 60. What did you think the man was doing? So some of the stuff, like I said, some of what she said I felt was a little just her going out of her way to just say anything she could say to make him look bad or make him look like a bad guy. That's how I felt about it. Some of the stuff was valid as far as the businesses and stuff like that. Again, it's her side of the story and it's all allegedly, because I don't have no proof in front of me. I ain't seen no documents. I don't know. But she did the live. Like I said, if y'all want to go look at that whole live, the clip, I will put the link in the description box. But those are the highlights for the most part. Y'all tell me what y'all think about Miss Winter, honey. Put it in the comments. Talk to y'all later. Peace.